People love stories, but some are terrifying because they actually happened. Tonight, I'm sharing 10 true stories that will make you question what's safe and what might be lurking in the shadows. Number 1. The Vanishing Hitchhiker. In 1999, a driver picked up a young woman hitchhiking along a quiet, rainy highway. She was silent, staring out the window, her wet hair plastered to her face. The driver tried to make conversation, but she didn't respond. Hours later, he dropped her off at the address she had given him. The next day, he returned to check on her, only to be told by the residents that their daughter had died in a car accident years ago on the very same highway. Shocked, he realized the girl he had driven home looked exactly like her, down to the smallest details. Some say hitchhikers like her still appear on that stretch of road, always silent, always gone before sunrise. Number 2. Alone in the Woods. In 2017, a college student decided to hike alone in a remote section of a national park. She stayed on marked trails, telling herself she was safe, but as dusk fell, she began to feel watched. Branches snapped behind her, but when she turned, nothing was there. Her phone battery died, leaving her in near-complete darkness. Panic set in, with every sound, rustling leaves, distant calls of animals. And yet, some footsteps seemed closer than they should have been. By the time she reached the main road, a park ranger told her no one had been in that part of the forest for hours. Still, the footprints behind her, fresh and deep, suggested otherwise. She never hiked alone again. Number 3. The Stalker Next Door. A woman moved into a small-town apartment, excited to start fresh. At first, everything seemed normal until small, unsettling things started happening. Items would be slightly moved, doors left unlocked, shadows caught out of the corner of her eye. She assumed it was forgetfulness, until she installed a hidden security camera. The footage revealed a shadowy figure entering her apartment late at night, walking softly past her bedroom while she slept. When the police investigated, they discovered it was her next-door neighbor, a man who had been quietly watching her for weeks, learning her routines, silently invading her life. The thought of how close he had been still keeps her awake at night. Number 4. The Room You're Not Supposed to Enter. A man inherited his grandmother's house after she passed away. While exploring, he noticed a small, locked room in the attic, the kind of door that seemed intentionally hidden. His grandmother had always warned him to leave it alone. Curiosity eventually got the best of him, and one night he forced the door open. Inside, dozens of old diaries and notes were scattered across the floor. But what made his blood run cold were the entries written in his own handwriting years before he could have possibly written them. Some described events from his life with unnerving accuracy, while others predicted things that hadn't happened yet. He never spoke of it to anyone, but the memory of that room still feels alive in his mind. Number 5. Late night calls. A teenager began receiving phone calls late at night. At first there was nothing, just silence or shallow breathing. But the calls became more disturbing, containing small details about her day that no one else should have known. She told herself it was a prank, but one night, curiosity got the better of her and she answered. A voice whispered, cold and deliberate, "I'm in your house." She screamed, grabbed her phone, and ran to her parents. They searched the house from top to bottom. Every window was locked, every door secure, except for one door. Muddy footprints led from the entrance up the stairs, fading just outside her bedroom. She still doesn't know how long he had been inside or what he was waiting for. If you are enjoying this video so far, please feel free to drop a like and a sub. It helps more than you know, and we'll let you know when I post new videos for you to enjoy. Now let's continue with her top 10 stories. Number 6. The voice on the baby monitor. A couple set up a baby monitor in their infant's room. Late one night, the mother woke to the sound of whispering coming from the speaker. At first, she thought it was interference, but then a man's voice said, "Don't worry, I'm watching her." Terrified, she ran to her daughter's room. The baby was asleep, but the window was wide open, and a chair from the corner had been moved beneath it. The police never found the person responsible, but after the family upgraded to a new monitor with encryption, the whispers stopped. Number 7. The man in the window. In 2008, a woman living alone began noticing her cat staring at the kitchen window every night around the same time. She thought nothing of it until one evening she caught a glimpse of something, a reflection that didn't belong to her. A face, pale and still, staring in from the dark. The police found footprints outside the window, deep impressions that suggested someone had been standing there night after night, watching her. She moved out the next morning. The landlord later revealed that the previous tenant had also reported feeling watched before vanishing without a trace. Number 8. Stranger in the back seat. A woman driving home from work noticed a truck behind her flashing its high beams. Every time she changed lanes, the truck did too. Panicked, she sped toward the nearest gas station. When she stopped, the driver of the truck jumped out, yelling for her to lock her doors. Confused and terrified, she watched as he pointed to her back seat. Hidden behind her seat was a man, crouched low, holding a knife. The truck driver had seen him climb in at a stoplight minutes earlier and was trying to warn her. Number 9. The locked closet. A college student kept hearing faint noises at night, soft thuds, a whisper, something shifting in his closet. He laughed it off as his imagination until food began disappearing, and he'd wake up to find his clothes moved around. One night, unable to sleep, he saw the closet door move ever so slightly. When the police came, they found a man living inside the small space, hidden behind hanging clothes. He'd been there for nearly a month, sneaking out only when he left for class. Number 10. The 911 recording. A 911 operator received a call from a woman whispering that someone was inside her house. The operator stayed on the line, trying to keep her calm. Suddenly, the woman went silent and the line disconnected. When officers arrived, the house was dark and empty, no sign of a struggle. Hours later, the operator reviewed the audio. In the last 2 seconds of the call, a man's voice could be heard whispering, "Don't tell them." The case remains unsolved to this day. Sometimes the scariest stories aren't from the imagination, they're from the moments people actually live through. If you liked these true stories, leave a like, follow, or share. It really helps me to continue making these videos. Have a safe and well evening.